Hi, I am Kajer on Two Wheels and today we'll be reviewing the Vigo SmartTrack. This is a GPS tracker with a few tricks up its sleeve. It comes from the same company that made my indicator canceller, and so I'm expecting this to be great. So, according to Safer Turn, this is not only a motorcycle GPS tracker, but it also detects accidents and records your rides for sharing and has a SIM card for data uplink. All of this for only $50 and $6 extra per month to cover data and service costs. So let's begin with the installation. Before you install, and the device tells you this several times, before you install you must download the app to your cell phone and register the app and register the device and register your bike. After all the work to register your bike and some of the questions and things they ask for registration, like the photographs of the motorcycle, those are asked because they work directly with insurance companies in a few countries. So it is required by those insurance companies. That's why you have to do so much, insert so much data to register the bike. After you have the app, you have registered the device, and you have registered the bike, it is time to finally begin the install. The install is super simple. Positive to positive, negative to negative, stick it somewhere, done. If I can do it, anyone can. You can also hide it better than I did, but remember, it is GPS, so it needs to see the sky. So don't put metal over it, and don't put yourself over it. Plastic is fine. The device itself has an internal battery and it goes into a smart sleep mode when the bike is stopped. I guess it wakes up on movement. And that's it. It's ready to go. Now, the main purpose of this is theft notifications. No one likes to return to an empty space where your bike used to be. So theft notification fires whenever the bike moves. You get an alarm and you can see where the bike is in real time. Since it has its own SIM cards, it will just fire the data upwards without requiring your phone to be nearby to do the uplink. It will just do it by itself. It also has an internal battery, so even if a thief cuts the cables to the battery, removes the battery, it will keep working. Or even if your battery is dead, it will still keep working, at least as long as its battery is still up. Currently, an Android update kind of killed all notifications, not just on this, on everything. And so the notification just drops into the landing page, which is annoying, instead of going into the context of the alarm. But this is now happening to all the notifications on my phone, so I expect this to be fixed fairly soon. The notification itself takes around a minute, which is probably the round-trip time of the device waking up from the movement, checking the GPS location, checking that it is moving, sending it to their servers, and then sending it back to the application. At this moment, the alert is also firing every single time the bike starts moving, including when I am on the bike riding, which is annoying, and I fully expect this to get fixed soon. I guess just a matter of making the app also report your location, and if both match, don't fire the alert. On the other hand, this does prevent the bike from being stolen literally from under your nose, and it is only a small annoying. So let's just tap the alarm. The application itself is super simple. This is it. You're looking at it. You can see the bike is moving and the kilometers per month and the riding days this month. That's it. If you tap the location icon at the bottom, you can see where the bike is. And if you tap that arrow thingy, you can see your recent rides. And if you tap one of your recent rides, you can see it on the map, including the average speed, max braking, max acceleration. You can also see a scoreboard, where you can also filter by day, week, month, and year. A lot of thought went into this scoreboard, which is a bit odd. And then you have a ton of other small features, the normal stuff, your options, etc. This is the app. Super simple, very easy to use. Not everything is just sunshine and roses though. Safer Turn sent me the device fully expecting me to simply sing its praises. However, they also know it was going to be an honest review. So here are my suggestions and things to fix. First off, fix the issue with the device warning me and alerting me every single time the bike moves, even if I am sitting on the bike. That needs fixing quickly, preferably. Fix the issue with the tracker not showing the lean and max G's on the tracks. Suggestions. First suggestion, allow us to export the track as a GPX, which is a universal format, which would allow us to edit the track to remove the initial part of the tracks where they show where we live, which is a bit annoying. Or allow us to edit the track on the application before sending it out. Currently it is just a map that you can send with no way to use that data at all. If the device has a lean angle indicator, I would like to be alerted when the bike has leaned over or is just dropped, even if it's slowly, just in case someone tilts it or sends it to the ground. Because in that case, I would like to get an alert saying your bike has fallen over, so I can go to the bike and ask the person who threw the bike over into the ground if he's okay, with a baseball bat. Another suggestion, on the tracks give us the maximum speed, because you know why. Give us the maximum lean angle if you have access to that data, because again, I don't need to tell you why. Allow us to customize the sound for the alarm that rings when the bike is moved without permission. That would be a nice touch, because currently it just sends some sort of chime. I'm not even sure where it is getting it. I think it's just a default alarm for your phone. One nice touch that they added recently that I noticed is that now when you get the alarm, not only you get the application alarming, but you also get a SMS telling you that your bike is moving, did you check, blah blah blah. That makes it even more imperative to fix the issue, so we don't get an SMS every single time we start the ride. And sometimes during the ride, that's even worse, so that needs fixing. Crash detection works in 3 levels, 4 actually. So, level 1 or level 0, the bike just tips over, stopped. It does nothing, you just dropped it. No need to call your emergency contact because you dropped the bike. Unless the bike is not yours, in that case you'd better call the emergency contact, yes, and an ambulance, because you're going to the hospital fairly quickly. That's level 0. Level 1 is a low speed crash. Okay, in that case the application stops and waits to see if you move again. If you start moving, it'll do nothing. If you don't continue moving, it'll ask if you're okay. If you answer yes or you don't answer, it'll shoot a message to your emergency contact. Level 3 is a more serious crash where it will ask you immediately, are you okay? If you say no, I hope there's an option to say no, or if you don't answer, it will shoot a message to your emergency contact with your GPS location. The message to the contact sends your GPS location or a link to view your GPS location. And the last level is a serious crash where it will just send the message and not ask you anything. It should work fairly well. I was unable to test it though. I'm still wondering if it will work off-road or not, because off-road has lots of bumps and weird G-forces and crashes that are not crashes, just you jumping over something or falling onto something. But I guess it'll work okay, because off-road is a slow sport. You don't go that fast. So if you have crashes, it'll probably go into the category 1 and 2. I don't think there should be an issue. Granted, I could not test the crash, because I tried testing a crash by throwing the device out the window of a moving car, kind of protected so it didn't break, I hope. No, it didn't. It didn't work, and I asked them why it didn't work, and they told me why it didn't work. And here's the catch. They have a very clever system, but very simple system, to validate that if you actually had a crash. And that system prevents me from actually testing it. And I could tell you, but I won't, because it is also very easy to replicate, and it would be very impolite to tell you guys how they do this crash detection, because then all of their competitors could just do that too, because it's very simple to do. So because of that, I'm not going to tell you, unless SaferTurn comments and say yes, you can say what the system is, or they themselves can comment if they want. But it's clever, it will work. Okay, I did not manage to test that, but it has the potential to work flawlessly, so yeah, I like that quite a lot. With all of this being said, I know they are fixing this as we speak. They are now trying to correct issues, or these small issues with the application. It's mainly the application, not the device. One thing I noticed they've been fiddling with is the sensitivity of the device to the GPS. Because a few weeks ago, it was alerting me every 15 minutes that the bike was moving, because whenever the GPS moved a little, and under a metal roof the GPS moves a lot, it was throwing out an alarm. That lasted a week, out of which I nearly tore all of my remaining hair off, but then that stopped. So they tweaked the settings, figured out that didn't work, so they put it back as it was. And then a couple of days and didn't quite alert as often as it should. Now it's back to normal. So they are fixing this as we speak. My issue is the problem of having a device before it's actually in production, actually for sale, because I got this a couple of weeks early. But they are fixing it, and they can fix it remotely, because remember, the device is connected to the internet, so they can connect to the device and update it, change settings and stuff, etc. And then they get the data, the GPS data, and then their servers decide what to do with that data, so they can fix this live. So whenever there are issues, problems, they can keep fixing this. So this has huge potential. Also, even with these nagging little bits, I'm actually quite fine with it. I like it quite a lot, because it's only 50 euros. The cheapest competition I found is 3 times that and doesn't have all the features. This device is a third of the price of most of the competition, has its kind of drawbacks, has its positive points, but it's really cheap. It's really, really cheap. And for that, it's unbeatable. It's just absolutely unbeatable, and it's theft protection for your motorcycle for a nice dinner kind of money, and less than Netflix. Wait, half Netflix per month, which I think it's more than worth it. In fact, I think I'm going to get one for the KTM.